we go. We're going to jump into a graph here that's going to explain the difference between a zero profit day and a $0 day. This is primarily for your installation departments, not your service departments, but for your installation departments. It rolls into service as well, but I'm not going to discuss that here. Okay, I'll do that on another video. So anyways, let's look at the bottom of the page here, and let's just go over what it says down here at the bottom. It says this practice can eat up, the $0 day practice can eat up your profits. If overhead each day equals $1,000, this is just an example, okay? If overhead each day equals $1,000 and your average sale equals $5,000, okay? And you're making a 10% profit or $500 per sale, one lost day with zero revenue can eat up 2 sold days profits through overhead cost. So your overhead cost is $1,000 right here. Your profit is $500. If you have 2 $0 days, you're losing $1,000. If you have a $0 day, you're losing $1,000. And that $1,000 can only be recouped with profit from a sale. So it takes you 2 sales to get back to zero, is what it's basically saying here. So $0 days, choosing not to take a job at cost. Not only are you not making profit, you are losing dollars that will pay your overhead. Up top here, this company did work at break even and was able to pay overhead and to make money. So let's just take an example of 2 mindsets of companies and sales managers of how you would run your department. So let's just take a 5-day work week, and I'll just show you what happens in a 5-day period. And understand that this price here is ridiculous, right? $1,000 overhead, that's not going to happen, but the math is easier to explain. Okay. So on Monday, both companies sell a job for $5,000. If you hear anything in the background, that's my granddaughter. She's crying. So we've got Monday, we sold a job, and both companies made $500. All right. So this dotted line here represents break even. So we're $500 above break even because we made profit. Okay. And if you want to know what break even is means I'm not making money, but I'm covering all of my overhead. Okay. So at this point, this line here means I've covered all my overhead. So they've covered both companies on Monday have covered their overhead and made $500 profit. Well, now they're stuck in a situation where they've got their pricing out there, but the customers are saying no to their pricing. Instead of playing money hall and let's do it for break even. Now, I'm not saying drop your drawers and go to break even on every time. That's not what I'm saying. I'm only using that as an example. All right? But let's just say because you're not willing to negotiate with the customer on price, you get a $0 day. You get a $0 day down here. That's going to take you all the way down after day 2 to a negative $500 after 2 days. Because that decline represents a $1,000 loss, which is $1,000 of overhead that you're not recouping. Now up here, this company up here understands overhead and understands that it's okay to have a 0 profit day. It's not optimal, but it's okay. Okay? So we take a job at break even. Up here, we've covered overhead. So we still maintain the $500 profit that we captured on Monday. This company here lost that $500 profit they made on Monday, and they've actually lost $500 more because they didn't pick up the overhead. So now there's a $1,000 difference swing between the way these 2 companies operate just after 1 day. Now Wednesday, both companies sell a job at full margin. They make their 10%. Company up here that understands 0 profit days sells a job at full margin. They're up $1,000 over their overhead. This line represents your overhead. It's your break even, right? This company here gets right back to 0. They're where they started out at the beginning of the week. They haven't made any progress. They've sold 2 out of 3 days, but yet haven't made any money. This company up here is $1,000 up after 2 days. Thursday comes around. This company takes another zero profit day. This company here says, you know what, my price is the price, and if you don't want to pay it, go pound sand. Well, sand is all you're going to have to take to the bank after that, because you're going to come down to $1,000. Your overhead, you're now $1,000 behind for the week. You're losing $1,000 after 4 days, selling 2 out of 4 days. This company up here sold 2 days at profit, sold 2 days at break even. They're up $1,000. They're keeping their profit, and they're continuing to pay overhead each one of these days. So they don't have any ground to make up. They're up $1,000. This company's down $1,000. There's a $2,000 swing in 2 days, in 4 days, the way these two companies are operating. Now Friday comes around, and you end the week on a high note down here. So yay, you're down $500 for the week. You're not going to die instantaneously, but you're going to die a slow death, a slow, painful death, because you're going to bleed to death here. Okay? This company here, they ended the week on a high note. They're $1,500 ahead for the week, covered all their cost. Installed 5 days, kept all their crews busy the whole time. So when down here, we kept the crews busy 3 out of 5 days. Maybe they're looking for jobs, maybe they're not, don't know. But the difference is $1,500 still between the two companies, or $2,000 between the two companies. They're up $1,500, they're down $500. So understanding zero profit, guys, is very important to understand. Break even is the most important number in your business. Understanding your break even is the most important number in the business. And if you don't know what break even is on any job, you should. If you're pricing by margins, stop doing that. Price by the sold day. If you have a 25% net margin on a $10,000 job, what is break even? Do the math. 75% of 10,000, $7,500. It's very easy to understand. Okay? So if you got any questions with that, please reach out to your business coaches. Call me direct. I'm fine with that. If you got questions, I want you to understand this. If you understand there's still questions at all, please, please, please call. I don't want you to have questions. I want you to fully understand this. This is a very important concept that, like I said, 95% of the contractors don't understand. Okay? All right. Take care, guys.